My chosen topic is audio to sign language translator. This is a very important thing to communicate different dumb people through the normal people. So I'm going to explain my paper. So first we'll see about abstract. Sign language is means for communicating by hearing or vocal impaired persons. It uses a visual communication to convey the thoughts of an individual. A person with no knowledge of sign language finds it difficult to communicate with those who have to speak and have a hearing difficulties. So the presence of a physical translator is required. We are not able to simply communicate with the deaf and dumb people and the normal people, so we have to some require some physical translator or web application like that. But with the advent of various technologies, there has been a significant amount of research in this area to ease the communication process without the need for an intermediary translator. Online applications making use of machine learning, image recognition, signal processing, and NLP are now widely present to help in converting audio or text into a corresponding non-linguistic communication from which affects information exchange through the use of hand gestures and body language. So this whole thing's coming under the abstract. Next we'll see about introduction part. Introduction part is the sign language is a natural visual spatial language that uses the three-dimensional extent to articulate linguistic words and sounds slightly, then sound convey statistics. So it's handshake, orientation, and movements of the hands, arms, upper body, and facial expression to specify the linguistic message. The language came to existence as a result of a deaf and dumb individuals in a Asian nation. There are a completely different sign languages and different expressions utilized by hearing disabled individuals in different parts of a global. This sign utilized in the USA, American sign in different nations. They are using a different sign languages. In India, they are using Indian sign language. In America, they are using American sign language. In British, they are using British Sign Language. In India, 5.07 million individuals are suffering from a hearing disabilities. These individuals are typically unable to communicate properly since they are using a sign language to speak with the others. According to 2011 census, in India, 6.3% of the total population are suffering from a significant hearing loss. Out of these people, 76 to 89% of the Indian deaf do not know the language, either signed or spoken written. So, the reason behind the low literacy rate can be either of the following: lack of sign language interpreters, unavailability of ISL tool, lack of researchers on ISL tool. Next, we'll move on. Literature review. Here, in my paper, I am referring 10 papers for a literature review. First paper, they're explained speech to sign language translator for hearing reduced aim to make the interaction simpler and faster for a normal people to convey their ideas to hard of hearing people. So a translator converts a speech to sign language. The translator main concept is it's converting a speech to sign language. This translator uses a natural language processing algorithm. In this paper they are using two main techniques. One is existing system, the another one is in one is the existing systems. It's emphasizes the translation by each letter in a word and translation to American Sign Language. Here they are using ASL, that means American Sign Language. The second system is the proposed system. This system is designed to translate each word that is received as the input into a sign language. So this translator has some main methods: form of input speech recognition, pre-processing of text, Porter stemming algorithms. Stemming algorithm will be used the words will be divided into many parts. That that's words divided words called as a stem. So text to sign language. The next paper I'll explain. The sign language does not have any exact written form. So, audio to sign language translator presents a new technology for a audio to sign language translator using Python. A system is needed, which will be enable the change. Here, they are of to take. Indian Sign Language. The border works in a two segments. First, converting audio to text. Then, next one is speech to text API. The secondly, they are input text is tokenized into words. This project for front they are using for front end, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For the back end, they are using Java Web Speech API. Next paper. So, deaf and dumb people were first exposed in the 16th century. In Germany, people uses oral method. This method is tactic wants to tutoring deaf people using a spoken words in Germany. People practice the German method. So the French method gets in its name from a fact that sign language was established and used generally in a French hard of hearing schools. Sign language has established hooked on unseen language, but become a exciting and universal language for the portrayal programming languages or Python 3 SQL packages used in NLP. In Python language, having so many packages used by a sign language translator. So next paper will explain speech to Indian Sign Language Translator project appreciates this by using a rules-based processing, constructing a set of approximations. In ASL, that means American Sign Language having a different rules in that. In American Sign Language, they are most concentrating in the grammar part. But Indian Sign Language is not much that. So, which are not in the part of spoken English that words are detached. The word and sentences will be tokenized, rendering to several rules such as verb alternation. NLTK is a package of in Python. It will be used in sign language translator. So next paper, aligning subtitles in a sign language videos aims to temporarily restrict subtitles in the text to signing a context that has immeasurably visible for a comprehensive series of application numeration assistant tools for a tutoring and adaptation. In a video, the normal people they can be able to easily see the video and hearing the audios at all, but different people are not able to seen the video, some of them not able to see the videos, not able to hear. For that we are using this translator. So next, sign language involve concurrently examining your shapes and movements. It will be used to can be easily translate with the different dumb peoples. In that they are using NLTK open CVP libraries for the for implementation in a project. So, next paper, speech to ISL translator is all about a sign language that includes a sign made with the hands and other activities like facial expression, handshaking, and position of the body. There are many sign languages used in many dissimilar societies. Are ASL, BSL, ISL. ISL is intimate into two classes, that is manual and non-manual signs. Statistics and sentiments are known as a signal. Tools used to appraisal, signal appreciation, or hidden Markov models, then like that. So next paper explain sign language exposure is a definite as the binary classification task for any given frame of video if a person is using a sign language or not. This paper task is to identify which sign language is used. So the next paper is the camera-based image or video catching signs of only one hand, both hands, and standing or energetic images using a knict is another technique that had ongoing getting appreciation from the Explore community. So Microsoft knict is a sign camera device that capture users activate in a real time. So tools for used in audio to sign language translator in a literature review part. So Python having a many packages like Tinker, Beautiful Soup, then Blender, Skint-learn, TensorFlow, Python Torch. These are the packages coming under the Python which will be used in a sign language translator. These are the software application for using in sign language translator. OpenCV, open source vision computer library, JavaScript web speech API, Google Cloud speech to API, SQL structured query language, NLP natural language processing. So the conclusion and future goal of my paper, audio to sign language translator. In this paper, efficient English audio to sign language has been used. The sign language like BSL, ASL have a got particular grammar that makes if it feasible for a rule-based system, and syntax and semantic analysis can be performed to get the appreciate translation. So in concentrate for Indian sign language, there is a no particular grammatical rule which makes it difficult for a syntax and semantic analysis. There are no rules to compare the English text with. So thus the appreciation translation of the English text is not a feasible. In ISL, facial expression denote a negative and interrogative sentences, which while ISL animation for the verb class is played, the expressions changed to denote the negation and interrogation in the sentence. So future, the system can be integrated with a hand gesture recognition system using computer vision for establishing a two-way communication system. So these are the references in a literature reviews. I am referring a 10 papers. Yeah, thank you.